Welcome to You Rolled a 1. With Seafall under siege, we're back eavesdropping on our party. Last episode, just a few weeks into the siege, we listened to Axel, our strong fighter, sparring with his apprentice, Tobias Greenleaf, now nicknamed the Green Jarl by the townsfolk, and his optimism about the outcome of the siege. And we overheard Niktor discuss with Roderick Onionhands his past, his future, and his love for onions in the Silver Stag. Let's see what we overhear this time, now 6 weeks into the Siege of Seafall. Niktor, one day you are asked to travel down to the docks to pick up a load of fish. On your way down, you see Friar Gundar sitting on the edge of the docks. Without making a sound or turning to face you, he calls out to you as though he knows that your presence is there.
Hello there, Niktor. Headed down for some salt fish from the docks, I see. Don't worry, they're not ready for you yet. You might as well come and sit with me, young one. I'm sure there's something on your mind, and I find that the gentleness of the waves always makes a calm mind. Come sit with me a while.
Oh, well, with a siege at our doorstep, there's always something pressing on the mind. But I could use some relaxation. May I join you?
Feel the salt breeze from the waves roll over you, Niktor. Tell me, what troubles you?
Oh, what troubles me? No one's asked me that in a while. Oh, I'm just worried about all the people we have to protect. There's no fun in a war. Just thinking about what more I can do to either just train some of these youngins to make sure they can live to be an adult at least.
You have honorable intentions, Niktor. I would say that war is not fun, although it is important to remember that war is just a test of our own inner mettle, a test hard to come by any other way.
Well, it's a heck of a way to grow. If only I could practice this type of growing without the need for a war around every corner.
I wish that were true, Niktor. Yet only in the face of death do we seem to appreciate the value of our life.
Well, I actually can't disagree with that statement. But so long as I can keep my strength up, I can fight for those that can't.
Once again, Niktor, you show honor in your words. You grew up in Amberstone Abbey. I do not believe you have traveled to any of the other abbeys throughout Belcar, have you?
Oh, I can't say that I have much, really. I've done a little bit of wandering.
Is there a reason for your continued stay at Amberstone?
Oh, it's not that it hasn't been an interest of mine. It's just, the people I want to protect are here, in front of me. As much as I could go and protect others, I'd be spreading myself thin, and who knows when I'd see my friends last.
I can understand the draw of friendship, Niktor. There are others who might need your protection just out of sight. Just because you cannot see does not mean there is no need.
Well, yeah, I guess I can't protect people if I'm dead, can I?
Do not be so dismissive, young Niktor. You choose to defend those of Seafall, and yet you dismiss the plights of those in Suncrest, or Helenon, or Marisport. Are they not equally worthy of your protection?
Well, I guess yes, every soul is deserving. Do you think there's more out there for me?
I cannot tell the future, Niktor. I am not this Demeclees that I have heard so much about.
You are kinda right. They are the ones that protected me growing up, and I'm just returning the favor. Is there more I could protect? Or is there a better way to protect?
Again, Niktor, I do not have all the answers. But I would like to tell you a story when I was about your age. You see, I left my abbey, and I would travel the roads with a dear friend of mine pretending that we were pilgrims, joining different bands of travelers, merchants, caravans, and pilgrims in their own right, protecting those on their travels and ensuring they arrived to their destination unmolested. I thought I had found my calling.
It sounded like you earned some training being this pilgrim. You were able to defend most people? Or were you ever bothered at all?
We were tested many times, Niktor, by bandits and brigands, cutthroats and cut purses, and yet none under our protection ever suffered so much as a scratch. That is, of course, until 24 years ago. I was traveling with my dear friend. We were protecting a merchant group, pretending to be pilgrims on our way to Seafall to see the statue here of Mara, when we were ambushed. The bandit leader was not a normal cutpurse. He instead was a much more professional warrior, and he wielded a blade in an unusual shape, something I had never seen before. He bested me for the first time in my life. He cut my hamstrings and let me bleed on the ground, and I watched him murder my dear friend. Soon after, I was discovered by those of Amberstone Abbey, and the monks took me back and healed my wounds. Despite their best efforts, my legs have never been the same. They hurt when I bend and flex, and I realized that my days of physical protection were over. It wasn't until years later, sitting in the dusty library of Amberstone Abbey, that I realized it was not adventure and protection that I missed. It was my dear friend lost upon that day. I tell you this story, Niktor, for the path ahead of you is not an easy one, and you may lose your way at some point, just as I did. But look into your heart. If you are a true obsidian monk, then there will be steel inside you, and you will find the path again.
Wait a minute, and now I pull out the ring. Yes, the obsidian monks. I've been reluctant to wear it, though. I really just don't know where to begin. It feels like a lot, and I'm glad to have this.
To be part of that order, Niktor, is a great honor, and you will need 4 more rings to join the one that you have.
The only other information I have is that I have this one from Amberstone. Is there one here in town?
The rings are not places, Niktor. The rings are people. The rings are deeds. You must seek out others in the order, for only an obsidian monk can grant a ring to a new disciple. Find 5 members, prove your worth, and you will become an initiate of obsidian monks.
I understand. I should be wearing this with more pride. This is a journey I should go on. If they can really teach me the strength and serenity, maybe that's what I need to learn to protect all my friends here.
This path is not chosen lightly, Niktor, and the rewards not easily given. This path allows enemy to become friend, and friend to become foe.
Well, with Siege at our doorstep, it's hard to imagine my own family being the enemy.
Niktor, I know your family, and I would be surprised if they turn foe to you. But heed my warning. You will notice I am here in Seafall with you, prepared to fight, despite the fact I am but a shadow of my former self. I view Ravenshield's oppression as a serious transgression, and so I will fight with you, Niktor.
Does feel like they're breaking the peace unnecessarily, doesn't it? It does ruin the flow of the river, as you say. And I gotta say, that does rub me the wrong way, the way you put it.
Good, Niktor. Just remember, many are called, but few are chosen.
Well, as of this point, the ideal seems to make sense to me. I think this is a journey I should be going on. I already got one ring, it's the invitation. And, I might just be a small dwarvikin right now, but maybe I could become a obsidian monk. Make something of myself.
Think of fate, Niktor, as a flowing river. Your personal loyalties to family and friends, even in a small sense, may divert it from its true course, like a rock diverting the flow.
The river of life. I like it. I'll be sure my sister's healing honey doesn't fall into the wrong hands, if that helps. Well, maybe it's time for me to do some exploring. I'd like to slip the ring on and wear proudly. Where can I get started, Friar?
I suggest, Niktor, you start with getting that saltfish you came down to the docks for. Leave me here to enjoy the peace of the waves, and ensure the mouths up in Seafall are fed well tonight. The path will present itself to you when the time is right. Good luck, Niktor. I will be following your journey most closely.
Our focus now shifts to Demeclees, on the same day, who finds Cedric Stormrider in the family crypt, next to a fresh carved visage of his late brother, Alric, who fell in the fight at Varden Hollow. As Demeclees approaches, it appears that Cedric has been weeping over the loss of his brother.
Am I interrupting you, Cedric?
No, Demeclees, you're not interrupting anything. Just down here thinking of what happened to my brother. Come, tell me again, what exactly happened at Varden Hollow?
Such a tragedy. It must be very hard to have lost a brother. How are you taking it?
As well as any man can, I guess. Do you have any family, Demeclees?
Gnomish families. We kind of have many siblings, and we're all sort of from the same tribe, if you will. Gnomes are strange that way. We consider each other all kind of brothers and sisters in a way. But yes, the simple answer is yes.
I would be interested to know your thoughts here, Demeclees. For yes, I have lost a brother, and that weighs upon me. But Alric, you see, him and I ruled Seafall together. I was the Tamir in name, but I always thought of him as an equal, and he was my master of coin. When we inherited this title, the two of us, from my mother, Seafall was in a sorry state. My mother was a very pious woman and thought that coin and merchants corrupted and damaged the people, and so Seafall had many hard years under her care. My brother and I sought to reverse those, and over the last few years, more and more trade and goods have flown to Seafall, and the people seem happier. And yet now with Alric gone, I am unsure what the next steps are, how to provide care and protection for my people.
I appreciate your situation. They say that to try to please everyone is to try to please no one. The burden of leadership, I hear, is a lonely one. And you were fortunate to have the time you did with your brother, but the fates have called upon you to now journey alone. It does not mean that you are always alone, but it does mean that the responsibility is yours.
I feel alone, Demeclees. With Alric by my side, we could pour our endeavors into the city. We repaired the docks, built a large market square, and put cobbles down for the merchants there. Yet now he is gone, and my son Henry has returned. Now I seek only to protect him, rather than protect the good of the city. I am not sure if that makes me fit to lead, since I am more concerned with my own family's safety than those of others.
'Tis a difficult notion. I do not wish to be in your position, sir. But to be in the face of fear is no place from which to lead. You and Alric had a mission, and that mission was much greater than just the two of you. And one who leads must inspire other leaders to take on the responsibility of Seafall. You are not in this alone, sir. You are in this with all of those who care for Seafall and care for the people within it. May I suggest you consider focusing mostly on your mission that you and your brother had, and consider that the best course of action is not just to protect your son, but to protect all sons within your care.
An interesting thought, Demeclees, and it does beg a larger question, one that I had actually thought to seek your counsel on, although it would be in better times. However, now is as good as any. You see, Henry is from my first wife, and with his return is the heir to House Stormrider. Yet I have 3 more children from my second wife, some of whom you met. I'm sure you remember hot-spirited Freya trying to run a hospital on her own.
Oh, yes, I remember. They were quite fond of the honey.
Yes, Demeclees, that is my younger son, Coleman, but good memory. Anyway, Demeclees, to the matter at hand. You see, if I choose Henry as my son and heir, which is his right, it causes shame upon my second wife and disinherits my 3 younger children. Yet if I choose to select Freya as my heir, as she has been trained, Henry has no place in this world.
Well, I am no expert on the lines of succession, as I have never been in line myself. I have noble blood, but far down the line, as I mentioned, with brothers and sisters, I would never really be considered. But thankfully, from my understanding, those burdens of leadership were not placed upon me, since I was not the firstborn. I believe those things have been decided for you, for the lines of succession have their own rules and live beyond you and your son, and will be there for his sons and the sons to come.
So what do I do with my 3 other younger children, Demeclees? How do I show them and their mother honor? For she has given me good, strong children, and has been loyal to me all these years. How do I show them happiness?
There are many places where your children probably have their own desires, and may I suggest you let them find their place, where they might be of most use, and empower them to go after those things as a good father should. They have in front of them all the world of opportunity should we survive this vast conflict. Perhaps knowing that they could potentially lead greater and bigger futures. Perhaps that is the hope you need to bear the burdens of leadership during this difficult time.
Your counsel is wise, Demeclees. It in fact reminds me of counsel that Ehrlich would give me, though of course from a shorter perspective. I am not sure why the fates have brought you to our shores, but I am happy that they have.
Fate is not one to be questioned, but one to be interpreted. I do not control what happens, sir. I merely glimpse it. We must decide on what we do with those threads that are pulled and plucked and cut and strung for us. Our job is to stay on the web, to continue to ride the difficult ups and downs. But that is not up to us what happens. It is merely up to us how we react to it. You're doing a good job. Everybody feels it. We are safe, and we are alive. Things are challenging, but we are moving forward. There is hope, and people will be looking to you for that, sir. May I suggest you give it to them?
I am buoyed by your words, Demeclees, in thinking that there may be a path forward that is equitable to all.
Yes, there's always a path, even when there appears to be none. New strings may be thought of, and to take one's own fate and the fate of all those under your care into your own hands, to be the very spider that spins the web to your direction, is a difficult one, but necessary for a leader.
Do you think perhaps, Demecles, with your noble background, you could help me arrange a match for my daughters, when they come of age, of course? They may have other interests such as coin or Mara, but having a noble match for them gives them safety and security in case anything terrible befits our house.
I would be happy to be of any use to the crown. In what possible way may I help? Would you like me to collect a list of potential candidates, or merely give feedback upon candidates you select?
As long as we are under siege, Demecles, the matter is moot. However, I feel once this siege is lifted, you are likely to travel Belcar and meet all sorts of people, both noble and of higher rank. And I hope that you keep your eyes and ears open for a suitable match. There is no urgency, for my eldest daughter is only 13, but having a good selection of candidates and knowing where the next step lies is most of the plan.
Aye. 'Tis a wise thing, sir. You are responsible for a long view of the horizon, and you are keeping your vision fixed to it. I encourage you to keep doing that, for by looking at the horizon, you maintain your balance in the day.
You are from House Glimmerleaf, yes, Demecles?
Aye. 'Tis my noble name.
I have never been to Oakstone, but my second wife was a gem cutter's daughter from Hammerfall Mines. I hope one day, after the siege is lifted, you will travel with me, and you can show me your home, Demecles.
Aye. Yes, perhaps. If the tides of fate do guide us both back there, I will not question them.
Thank you for your conversation, Demecles. I have no further need of discussion. I would like to sit with my brother in this crypt a while longer. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to our next meeting.
I'll leave you to your grief and mourning. I know times of solitude are essential. Send for me if you need me. I bid you adieu.
And so ends this episode of You Rolled a 1. If you'd like to learn more about the world of Belcar, take a look at our Instagram, YouTube, TikTok pages, or if you'd like to talk to our players directly, join our Discord. Thanks so much for listening. And remember, dropping your phone in the tavern toilet is a real-life rolling a 1.